Welcome to our sensual special for the evening, the Late Night Jazz Special. Now, this genre has been picked specially for this event, largely in part to the chill and smooth vibes of jazz, which was a popular genre of bringing you the
We interrupt this scheduled broadcast for a breaking news update from the Sticky Buttons podcast.
So how you doing, man? What's going on with you? Killing it in classes, I hear?
Doing pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm killing it in classes, staying busy, staying active. I recently went and visited my old job, Patagonia.
Oh, nice.
I saw some old coworkers and we caught up. It was really nice to see some faces. And I went to the Museum of Natural History, and
nice.
I saw the T-Rex exhibit after that.
That's cool. I've seen that one. That is some. They've got. They have like all the kinds of like relatives of T-Rex too.
Yeah,
that's cool. That is definitely something.
When I saw that, I was just curious as to like how that was uncovered and how they were connected. It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I worked at Patagonia, I was helping this old lady, and she ended up being like a tour guide there. And,
oh wow!
I wasn't able to help her get what she wanted, but she ended up giving me like 2 tickets to the all the exhibits at the Natural History Museum. So got to check all those out, and that was pretty cool.
That's one hell of a gift.
Yeah, that was really nice. I felt kind of bad for her. So if you're listening to me and Brandon met working at the old Patagonia, the old Patchy, down sweaters, sweater vests, you name it, we got you. But she wanted an LL Bean coat, and I was like, we're not LL Bean. I can't help you with that. But I had her try about every coat that we had, and it just wasn't for her.
Just wasn't for her. Well, that's unfortunate. Everyone's doing pretty good. I spoke to Benjamin. He's back. I saw Abby. She's there. She was really busy. Connor as well.
Nice. Good people.
Jules.
So,
yeah. And that was about it. It was a really small crew. It looked like they could kind of use some help, but I gotta stay focused. Stay focused on that.
Yeah, stay focused on the school.
The school stuff. Yeah, and I've been playing video games to take my mind off of all that stress and whatnot. I've been playing lots of 2K recently.
Nice. How's your player doing?
He's doing pretty good. We've been into the park a lot as of late, and been getting dunked on, missing our threes. So it's a different story from how we perform in the NBA. The park is really a different place. So we really need to brush up our skills. But I've been looking at the Switch, and there's this Nintendo game, or like this throwback that they're bringing back, Mario Sunshine. Are you familiar with it?
Dude, I have not heard of that.
So it's
Tell me about it, man.
This game that was on the GameCube is a Mario game, and it's set on an island, and basically Mario's like traveling through it, and he's trying to fight off Bowser. But it's a really good game, and they're bringing it back for the Switch. They like remastered it.
That's cool. They've been doing a lot of remastering for this Nintendo Switch.
They really have. And, now we're on the topic of consoles, which, is that going to be our theme for this episode?
That's the theme. That's what I hear. We're talking all about the consoles, the juicy C's, the console wars, the big expensive boxes. So yeah, dude, is that all you've been playing? Pretty much just 2K?
Just 2K. That's the only game I've had such a hard time finding time to play, but when I do find time to play it, it's that.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome, man. It's good to have something that you're like kind of playing like week to week, just to, like even if it's you change it up or go back to some old stuff. It's nice to have that like little stress relief and
definitely something to like, take your mind off of just
yeah,
work.
yeah, definitely. So since we're talking about consoles, you brought up the GameCube. I have a hilarious story about a GameCube that I'd love to share with you. So in my college house, little Ashland, 1100 Ashland, that was the address. We called it the Summit. That was a little frat nickname for it. One of my buddies and roommates, his name was Joe, and he had a GameCube there, and we had a projector that we put up on the wall, and during parties we'd like play music videos, but like we wouldn't have any audio to that, so it'd just be like we'd have like the frat speakers and we'd be playing those and like just like random like music videos would come on, and that was kind of cool. That was a cool vibe. But in the after parties we would throw up the GameCube and play a little Mario Kart, a little bit of Mario Party, sometimes some Super Smash. And one night, my buddy Joe, we'd gone to the bars, and he was trying to get his GameCube to work. Sometimes they can get a little finicky. Year was
Yeah.
2019. They're a pretty old console at this point, and he had learned this trick online, which I would not recommend to anybody, but it worked for him. And this trick was to put a little bit of toothpaste on the like CDs, like the GameCube CDs, and like
Yeah.
just rub some toothpaste on it and like wipe it off, and like that was supposed to help. And, like that helped him a couple times, um, but something about my buddy Joe. He's got like an alter ego, and whenever he gets like super drunk, we call him John because he's just ridiculous. We call him John Cleveland, and John Cleveland was out that night. So so we were having problems getting the Mario Party to work, and he was like, "I'm just gonna put some toothpaste on it," and little boy John couldn't find the toothpaste.
Oh
So
man.
he decided, he's like, I'm just gonna put some vodka on it. If I put some vodka on it, it's the same thing. Like it's the sugars. Like I don't know what it is. Like he's like, I'm just gonna put a little on it. And I know, bro. So he ends up trying to put some vodka on the CD to clean it up to get the scratches off. But he's just drunk and he ends up pouring it all over the GameCube.
Of course.
That was And like, what's worse is it was like some Smirnoff raspberry that somebody left at our house. Like it wasn't even ours. No more GameCube the rest of the year.
He got the GameCube drunk.
It was too much for it, man. It just died. It just sparks flew out.
It wasn't built for that.
So don't put vodka in any console.
Please.
They're just not built for that. So we're trying to do this little game structure or episode structure where we talk about what we're playing. So I guess I'll say something briefly about what I've been playing, and then we can move on to the actual console talk. This is it's not really a funny story, but so I went on a little vacation, little staycation with my girlfriend and her family, and I took my Nintendo DS with me. I haven't gotten a Switch yet, and I'm hoping you can convince me to get one today. But so I took my little DS with me. I have Pokemon Pearl on it.
Ooh, that's a gem.
So I've been playing that. I didn't really play it too much. I mean, I was just really trying to be present in the moment and kind of hang out with the fam. So I didn't really play too much this past week. But I had an Amtrak into the city last night, and it took way longer. The Amtrak was delayed, which that happens with all public transpo. But then by the time I got to Penn Station, I was like, all right, so like my app says that I can get the next the next A, it's going to be Express, and I'm going to be able to get it all the way up. And so I was trying to get the Express. And I go in like the middle. I go up to like where they have the Express in Penn Station for the A, and I get on it, or I try to get on it. Try to get on the platform, and there's like those yellow tape. The like
Right.
yellow tape is across the thing, but it's like cut. Like you could tell like somebody cut it with scissors. Like they didn't rip it or anything. So I was like, all right, well maybe this is open. So I like walk up there and I'm like, all right, there's like a ton of people on this. And I was like, all right, I'm fine. And then I like found one of those like things, like the TV screens that like say when the next train is. It's like next train in 1 minute. And I was like, oh, perfect. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna get home so smooth. The A pulls up. It's not on the A track. It's on the C track. I'm like, what?
Damn.
No, don't do this to me. So then it just rolls by, and I was like, all right, it's just a fluke. Like sometimes they do that. Like sometimes like there's an E on the C line. Like like it's coming, and it doesn't come. And then the next one's like, all right, A in 3 minutes. And then right after like the next A in 3 minutes, like the voice comes on, and like the overhead announcers, and they're like, yeah, so the middle track is closed. The A ran into some debris earlier today. All A's are running on the C track, and that was the last train is the last express of the night. So the next, it's local from here on out. And I was like, no. So my commute ended up being like twice as long as what it should have been. And I was just so frustrated when I got home. Had to bust out the Borderlands 2 and just shoot some shit.
Borderlands 2. Man, I've never played that game, but I've heard so much about it, seen so much around like the marketplace.
Yeah, it is just, oh man, you really can't play it for very long. It's kind of one of those games. Well, I mean, like I guess you can. Like I've definitely put a lot into it, a lot of time into it. I mean, like it's a 360 game, and I haven't beaten it. So I mean, like it's kind of hard pressed to hold my attention, because it's like you're just like there's just a bunch of guns and you gotta like shoot like dangerous animals and like mutants, and I mean like it's kind of cool. But I mean like yeah, I mean if you're into that, you're into that. It's kind of like cartoonish, and it definitely has its like own vibe. So like if you're not in the mood and like you're not feeling that, like it can be kind of gruesome and kind of like it also like hasn't aged well, because like they have like a lot of like the enemies, like it'll be like a mutant, and then it'll be like a badass mutant, and then there'll be like a mutant midget, and then it'll be like somebody that's like really small, so it's like a smaller hitbox. But then it's like, I don't feel comfortable with this. So it didn't age well. But yeah, I was playing it, and then I was like, so like you have to like open these. I haven't played this game in probably over a year. So I like all my guns were like super maxed out. And I had like a sniper that had like a barrel drum. And I was like lighting people up with that. But then I like opened this like crate up, and like this thing like jumped down and attacked me. And it was like, I don't remember what it was called, but it just like caught me by surprise because I had like never seen an enemy like jump out of like
Yeah.
where the ammo comes, and it was kind of fun. Like it keeps you on your toes, just little things like that. They all have like silly names, and it's kind of like a silly sci-fi, but also like kind of gruesome. So
It sounds like a really fun game.
yeah,
I
definitely.
gotta check it out.
You should, man. I'd let you borrow it. I actually have it on the disc, so you can just pop it in your Xbox One.
On the Xbone.
Mm-hmm. Which is a great transition into the consoles. Gonna tell me a little bit about the Xbox, man?
Yeah, the Xbox One, I got it on release date. I really enjoyed my time with that console.
Yeah, me too, man. This Xbox One console is the console that got me like really into gaming. Like I'd always like kind of gamed before, like here and there, like at a friend's house, like we'd like stay up all night and stuff. But I never really had my own like big console. Like I always got like the generation after, Um, like I had like a 360 when the one came out, and like I bought it off one of my friends that got the one at launch. And what were some of your favorite titles from the Xbox One?
Some of my favorite titles, there was this one game called Speedrunners.
Oh, I haven't heard of
Um,
that one.
it's basically it was like an indie game where my friends and I would get on it, and it was just like a super fast-paced competitive game, and you'd basically like play as a character, and you'd like zoom around this map that like moves with the screen. And if you don't like keep up, you'll get like left in the back and get eliminated. And it's just like a really fun game because you can like eliminate other people. And yeah, I got really competitive. There's
Yeah,
that. Minecraft is a huge one. I spent countless hours on
yeah,
Minecraft.
yeah. Gotta love
Uh,
that, man.
you gotta love Minecraft. Halo, any of the Halo games. Um, but specifically Halo 5.
Yeah, I
Um,
have a lot of memories of my freshman year just watching other people play that in the dorms because that was so big. Like when it came out, like everybody was
yeah,
playing it.
it's a really fun one. Um, Call of Duty, definitely, my shooters. Definitely had a big shooter phase. There was a time where I even like considered playing it professionally on the Xbox One,
Yeah.
for Black Ops 2.
Oh, I love Black Ops 2, man. I think they had
Such
the
a fun.
best. The yacht. Oh man, that was
Oh
such a
my
fun
God.
map.
Zombies too. They really had
Mm,
like with Transit, they really had something there.
yeah. I personally, I think I just have more nostalgia for the Xbox or not the Xbox, the Black Ops One zombies.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's like the OG. Like you can't touch that.
Mm, dude, that's
Makino
so good.
Toten.
Dude, oh man, we should play that, man. Do you have X or Black Ops
I
One
get
still?
I gotta check. I think I probably can like install it on my Xbox One and we can figure that out.
Yeah, because I got. I mean, we could definitely. Oh man, that'd be cool if we ever wanted to like stream something. Stream
Yeah,
that. That'd be cool. I
we
don't know
could
if we'll ever
definitely
get
stream
there,
that.
but that'd be cool. That'd be fun. Oh man, I fucking love zombies.
Zombies is a really fun one. Speaking of zombies, have you heard about the new Call of Duty?
I haven't heard very much about it. I'm kind of I'm a little bit burnt out. I've played more of this past Call of Duty than I've ever played of any others. Just because of COVID and quarantine. I'm
Yeah,
feeling a little bit burnt out. I'm almost thinking that I'm not gonna get it just because of how much I played this last one.
yeah,
Just
because
like
you're just like,
experience some other things.
yeah,
But what's up with it? I heard. I mean, like I think that isn't every Black Ops don't every Black Ops have zombies or like the Treyarch
yeah. So
used
this
to, you
one
know?
is Treyarch, and if Treyarch is the one that did Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, um,
Oh, they had great campaigns too. Sorry to derail you
no,
there.
great campaigns. Yes, you can say that again.
What do the
Um,
numbers mean, Mason?
um, yeah, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and they're planning on bringing back Transit. They're planning on bringing back a lot of our favorite zombies maps.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so yeah, I mean, I'm not really like a big Call of Duty fan. Like for the multiplayer, I've
Hmm.
stopped for some reason. It's just a
It's
little,
probably
it got,
healthy for you, man.
yeah. But for zombies, I will definitely cop that.
Oh man, I might have to comp it with you just so we can play some zombs, man.
Dude, zombies goes hard.
Did you like the arena one, the last one that they had?
It was fun. I played it, I played it here and then. Um, I don't know, I kind of lost the gumption to play because I just didn't have friends to play with anymore. Everybody else was just not playing the zombie stuff.
Yeah,
And
that yeah, it's really like it's only fun. I mean, like not that it's not only fun like with friends, but it's so much more fun with friends, especially like when
yeah.
you're in the same place too. Like that was just kind of like me and my friends. Like our routine would kind of be to play some zombies, like after classes, like Thursday and Friday, and then we'd go out. We'd like do that as like our pregame, and then we'd go out to like the parties and the bars. That was always so fun, dude. Zombies. I feel like Zombies is one of those. It's just like a classic for our generation, you know.
Always. I feel like people will talk about zombies years from now for sure. It's something that they're gonna bring back for sure, especially like once the technology gets better. I feel like it's a theme that will carry on.
Yeah, it's got to. So since uh since we started this podcast, a lot of news has come out about the next gen consoles. And when we started, we were thinking about actually doing this as our second episode. And if we had done this as our second episode, it would have been outdated. There's so much new stuff is like so much new information has dropped um, just in this like 1 week alone. Like now we have like the prices of the Xboxes, and they're releasing two. Do you want to go over those at all?
Yeah, the Xbox Series X.
Is it so what is it, the Xbox Series X, is that the bigger one? And then is it the Xbox Series S for the smaller one? Is that how it is?
I'm fairly certain that is how it is.
Okay.
And
And then I was kind of blown away by it. They kind of said that they weren't doing like console exclusives like right off the bat. Like they're kind of all gonna it's you're gonna if you get a game, you can play it on all three of the consoles, the Series X, Series S, and the Xbox One. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they always want to like just push like the exclusives for the next gen. I feel like that's been a common theme that they're not really doing right now.
they have been doing that a lot, and I feel like it's mainly like been economics, you know, the reason why they've been doing it. But now we've seen cross-platform on a number of games,
Yeah,
Call of
a lot of the
Duty,
big ones.
Fortnite. Um, I feel like now that we have like this cross-platform trend, it would kind of be a bad idea to kind of limit people like that in that sense, you know?
Personally, I wish that everybody had the same console and like everybody could play with everybody. And I kind of hate this like kind of like silly divide between like Xbox and PlayStation. I don't really love that. And it just seems like such a waste that to like the divided community that like would all and like obviously like everybody's going to enjoy different things, but it just seems silly like to divide games between consoles. And I think that's kind of the stance that Microsoft is taking with the Xbox. Is they're like, hey, like we want this to be cross-platform, like on our platforms, but on PlayStation as well. And from what I hear, I think they're doing everything that they're putting out on Xbox, they're putting out on PC as well.
Yeah.
So I
Which
mean,
is
like, which makes sense for them.
it makes sense for Microsoft.
Right. And yeah, and that's something that they can offer that like PlayStation can't. Um, but I mean, a lot of exclusive PlayStation titles like later come onto PC and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're a PC console or a PC gamer, I mean, there's really nothing that we can say that's gonna that's gonna change your mind on that, you know.
That's for sure.
But I think a lot of the pretty much all I'll say on PCs before we move on is that a lot of people say they're like, oh, if you're like all about the graphics and all about the story, like you should play on PC because you can get like better graphics cards. And like that's true if you have like unlimited money to throw at this hobby that we all love. I mean, go for it. But I think that a good argument against that is that even though you might have the most up-to-date graphics card and all that, like they're still going to be designing games for a range, and there's still going to be like a minimum requirement. And if you're at the top, like you're not going to be at that minimum requirement. So like there's still, I think like for PC games, there's like a wider range of graphics that they have to appeal to.
Right.
Whereas with like Xbox, like the new Xbox X and like the new PlayStation 5, like the game designers know the hardware and they're like they know the specs, so they're going to be designing games for that
Right.
specifically. So, which that's kind of like the biggest thing about the next gen is the graphics load time. I don't know. Did you see that PlayStation 5 event where they like showed uh, like all like the new games that are coming out? Did you see that at all?
No, I haven't.
So they like do this. I'll send you the video after this. But they do this. They show like this demo of like Ratchet and Clank, the new Ratchet and Clank game that is like exclusive to PlayStation, and like Ratchet and Clank is like shooting. It looks like a grappling hook, and it's like through a dimension, and then it like pulls him into that dimension, and there's like enemies that are shooting him from like both sides.
Yeah.
So like that means like that there are people like the enemies from behind him can also shoot at him through the portal. So like you have basically and if you're through the portal, like the enemies are there shooting at you. So that means that you effectively have like two worlds loaded at once. And then like you can immediately go from one to the next, which means that you can have all of that loaded. So like it effectively cuts like the game load time, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. So like if you I actually learned this in like researching for this video or not video, this podcast that those like when you're in games and you have to like crawl through like this tight tunnel, like your character like crawls through like a tight tunnel from like one area to the next area.
Yeah.
So I guess that like the game designers put those there so that the hardware has time to load the next area.
Mm,
And I just found that out, and I think that's fascinating. Like that just changes the game for like so many things. Like I've always thought it was kind of cool. Like yeah, like oh, of course, like my character's got to crawl through this like crawl through this like space in order to get to the next area. And then like let's say for example you're like in a building, and then you have to like crawl through like a crack in the wall to get to the outside, and it's like a beautiful landscape. They do that so that by the time your player gets through that like hallway, which is like just big enough for your player pretty much, it'll have time to load that whole scenic view, which they do a lot in like this last gen. They've done that quite a bit. I just thought that's cool because this next gen they're pretty much taking that all out. That whole like game design mechanic.
yeah. And that's because of well, not because solely, but a big reason that they're able to do that is because of cloud computing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and that's been really helpful, especially like implementing that into gaming. I feel like is gonna allow it's just gonna allow more people to design games and more people to buy games and play more, a broader um, spectrum of video games. It's going to be a very interesting era of gaming, cloud gaming.
Yeah. So they're really, really trying some stuff out with these next gen too. I think that it's Microsoft. They have like their game was it their game service? Do you know what it's called? Game Pass.
Yeah,
That's all in the cloud too. And that's something else that's cool about the new consoles, and is they're releasing one well, at least for the PlayStation. I don't know about the Xbox, but they're releasing some with and without the disc insert.
yeah. The Xbox is, I mean, the PlayStation is also releasing one as well, like that because it's also implementing, the cloud for their libraries, and and I think that's a great idea because it'll lower the entry point and it'll allow more people to get into it, and it'll, expose more people to the cloud and its capabilities. And I think it's exciting for computing. Um, I was just taking a computer information systems course, and we were learning how graphics takes up most of the processing power. In order to load graphics, you're taking up literally most of what the computer is doing. Um, so
Oh, that's insane.
with the cloud, that really it minimizes that. So I'm excited to see what these like you're saying, these designers are going to come up with, because now they have a lot of capability.
Yeah, that reminded me of something that I totally forgot about until you were like talking about that. Um, have you seen the Mandalorian at all?
Yeah.
So in the Mandalorian, like the background graphics, like the landscapes, like that, them doing that is all generated by a gaming software.
Do you know which one?
I don't know which one, but I know they talk about it, and they have like a behind the scenes of the Mandalorian, and I
Yeah.
don't remember which episode it is, but they talk about it, and it is so cool. And like if you have not seen that, like you definitely need to check that out. Like that is anybody, like because it is like I saw that and I was like, this is gonna change everything. Like you know how like when they shoot movies, there's like a green screen, and then there was like the blue screen.
Yeah.
They didn't even use those. They cut it out completely. Like the background that they're like shooting in, it's like changing in real time, like a player walking through a video game.
Oh
That's
wow.
changing in real time, and it's like all these projectors and like a dome, and like the dome is the set, and all the projectors are like projecting on the outside. So like basically, they they created that new technology to make the Mandalorian, and it made like blue screens and green screens obsolete, and it was done using a game engine.
Wow. That's impressive. Yeah.
That's the world that we live in. It's just like crazy the technological advances that we're making in this, like in that
Yeah.
area. Like that's so cool.
Getting creative.
We are. That's so cool to me. I don't just check it out. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
I definitely will now. You said that's the behind the scenes
Yeah,
of The
it's the behind the
Mandalorian.
scenes. Yeah, but if you have Disney Plus, you should be able to get it.
That,
Also, if you're interested in music at all, which I know you are, Brandon, but if you're a listener out there, the behind the scenes where they talk about the score for The Mandalorian is super, super cool. It's just as cool. And I think that, I don't know if this is true, you'd have to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure the score of The Mandalorian just like got an Emmy or like an Emmy nomination or something like that.
wow.
But it's really cool. They talk about like how he like made that like iconic sound for like the Mandalorian when he's like walking through. But anyways, back to video games. I want to hear about the Switch, man. I know that you have one. I don't know why I don't have one. I'm hardcore thinking about getting one. Um, so what if you were gonna sum up the Switch in like a quick little sales pitch? What would you say? Because you have the Switch Lite and the is it just called the Switch?
Yeah. If I had to sum up the Switch, I would just say it's powerful, portable gaming. Um, you can take it to like a friend's house. If they have a dock, you can just put it in the dock. If they don't, it's very easy to transport a dock. Um, and yeah, it's a great console. You can switch out the sticks on the side. Um, Good graphics, for Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't really design like,
Yeah.
higher graphic games, but
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research before this, and I guess that there's a way, because like I guess the Switch is like run on, or like the base program is like very similar to an Android's programming, and somebody found a way that you could download and you could run an Android iOS off the Switch, and you could download Steam, and like the example they were using was like Halo Infinite. They were like playing Halo Infinite on the Switch
oh my god,
because they like got Steam on it or Steam Mobile, I guess.
and they jailbroke the Switch.
I don't know if you can call it jailbreaking. I mean, I guess yeah, I guess it would just be jailbreaking. And they were running an Android iOS off of it.
That's badass. I'd love to meet the people that did that.
That's super cool. I'll have to send you the video too. But yeah, so the reason I'm thinking about getting one is so there's like in the world of gaming, there's like PlayStation games and there's Xbox games, and then there's like Nintendo games, which Nintendo's kind of the like the family friendly kind of vibe. Like Nintendo made the Wii, and like everybody has a Wii.
Yeah.
And well, actually, that does the Switch are those little the handles on the side or the controllers, are they motion control at all?
They can be. They can be. Certain games like Mario Party will have you use the motion. They're very useful. They're motion controlled. They can be just regular. They can be tilt.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, they have like lots of different
Is
uses.
Mario Kart like that too? Like a driver, or is it like using the
Yeah,
controllers?
you can use like the tilt. You can just use the joystick.
Oh man, that's cool.
And yeah, they even like sell like rings where you can put like your thing in. Like,
Oh, that's nice. Does it have online capabilities too? Like if we like if you had Mario Kart and I had a Switch and I had Mario Kart, could we play together?
yeah, we could.
No
There's
way. I
there's
didn't.
Switch Online, which is like an Xbox Live membership.
You have
Um,
to pay for it.
yeah, it's I believe it's $5 a month,
Gotcha.
and
That's not bad.
it lets you play online. I pay for it because I like to play Smash online here and then.
Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna ask you about that one too.
just get on there, play an online match, and just see like how my skills are. Um, I love to do that every here and then. Animal Crossing is a fun one to like
You,
go to other people's villages and just do stuff on their villages.
so I
Um,
feel like maybe I'm just maybe I'm getting old, but I don't really get the Animal Crossing vibe. I don't really get why people like it. Could you
it's
break it down
so
for me?
it's so peaceful. It's basically like you know, a Minecraft, but actually no, that's not fair. Let's not compare. Um, it's just a very calm vibe. You know, you get in this island and you work your way up from nothing to civilization. And it's a very long time. It takes a lot of work. It's not easy. But that's the whole point. It's like you every day, or it's however you play, slowly but surely, you progress towards a
Gotcha.
good town.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, I mean, I had to get a Switch obviously before I get any of those games, but I feel like the reason that I'm really drawn to the Switch is I've heard that Breath of the Wild and the new Pokemon games, Sword and Shield, are like really good.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
oh,
I've played both of those. I bought both of the new Pokemon games.
which ones
Um,
do you like better, or Shield?
I can't even compare them. They're both so not.
Are
Well,
they
yeah,
bad?
they're so similar. Yeah, they're both literally almost the same. It's just the legendary Pokemon that
Okay.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of research because I was like, I don't know which one I would get. Because like probably my favorite Pokemon game that I've played up into this point is Sapphire. It was just like my first game in the entry, and they have a lot of the Sword has a lot of Pokemon from that era, and I think the Sword one had a lot of ones that I was like, oh, I've never even seen any of these, like the ones that were exclusive to Sword. So that looked pretty cool to me. And I haven't even like I've heard that like I've never beaten a Zelda game. So I'm kind of like I don't know if I would like Breath of the Wild, but like I don't know if it's just cuz I haven't had the patience to beat a Zelda game or I don't know what it is about it, but I haven't even looked at gameplay because I hear like people just love it. I've heard so many good things about it that I don't even want to watch gameplay to ruin it.
yeah. You don't have to, dude. Just get into it, and I promise you'll like it.
I'm 90% that I'm gonna buy a Switch.
I think you should, and the reason why is because you can also put it on the big screen. It's
Oh yeah, that's
also it works as like a streaming service. You can wherever you go, you can kind of set up YouTube, Hulu.
that's
Um, so yeah,
oh man, yeah. I was thinking that something about this that I think would be cool, especially in COVID, is like if I got in, I got Mario Kart, I could like throw Mario Kart up in the living room and like just take the dock out there, and that's really easy to do, and like play with my roommates. Um, or I could just like bring it in my room and like play it in my bed.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm 95%. 95%. You got me up 5%.
Yeah, it's great. I recently got new GameCube controllers for it for playing Smash because
Yeah,
it just like brings back the nostalgia for my uncle and I. Um, we used
that's
to
awesome.
play, and yeah, everyone gets nice controllers, so it's nice and fair competition.
Mhm. So what's the difference between there's like the GameCube controllers and don't they have like a Pro controller too?
Yeah, they do have a Pro controller. I have one of those as well. It's very ergonomic. It reminds me a lot of like an Xbox 360 remote, um, but Switch. And yeah, it's really fun, good to hold. Also very expensive. It was like $85, $90.
Yeah, I saw that, and that can be a big investment. Um,
Yeah, and there are definitely some better remotes, some third-party remotes
yeah,
for cheaper.
yeah. So if you were me and you were gonna get one, would you get the one that has the black controllers or the red and blue?
Mm. I would get the black.
Oh man.
Why? Because the Switch gets dirty
Okay.
easily, and that's something about it that you just can't avoid. It is a pretty small console, and you're getting a lot of upsides, but it also has a few negatives. I will tell you, the negatives are the Joy-Cons.
Hmm.
There's actually like a pending class action lawsuit for this, where they will like sway inside over time on their own, and yeah, you have to replace them.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't really matter if you get a black or a red or blue. You're gonna end up having to buy more than more than just those.
Oh man. Well, I mean it's not a cheap console. I mean, I think it's 300 or two. Yeah, it's 299. Um, I mean, yeah, that's pretty cheap. I mean, that's pretty cheap for a console. That's what the new Xbox One or the Xbox Series S is
Yeah,
gonna be 299.
it was made to compete with the Switch.
Dude, the Switch. Yeah, I'm gonna get one, dude. I'm pulling the trig. Next paycheck, I'm doing it. Oh man, I want one because I'm thinking about like I just want to be able to have the ability to play the handheld in my bed if I want and like throw it up if I don't. And like I feel like just like like those kind of like those games like the like Smash Bros, like Mario Kart, Mario Party, like I think those would be like so comforting, and I feel like I've been kind of feel like I've been getting a little burnt out on first person shooters because it can just be like and like games like that, it's just like so real and kind of gory, like in the world that we live in right now.
Yeah,
I think it
for
could use a
sure.
little bit of color, maybe a little bit of Animal Crossing.
That's why, man. And that's why I play it. It really grounds me, and it gives me a broader view of what gaming is. Um,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna get it. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. We'll talk about what games I'm gonna get later, but
yeah,
the new PlayStation 5 controllers. I was doing a little bit of research. So they got the Dual Sense. Have you seen those at all? Heard anything
no,
about
but
them?
I've heard that everywhere. Dual Sense, Dual Sense. What is that?
So
There's
it's
Dual
like
Shock.
yeah, there's Dual Shock too. So yeah, it's kind of like the bilateral, like the right and the left, right brain, left brain, like right arm, left arm. And then like there's also like the whole like society thing. Like it's like, are you right-handed? Are you left-handed? Like doesn't matter. I'm
Yeah.
ambidextrous. I'm better than normal. um, but yeah, but yeah, I actually this is so funny that we're actually talking about this because I learned today from my roommate that like because I we have like a crop share and I was like throwing an apple from like one hand to the other and she was telling me that like yeah like bilateral movements are calming to humans.
Really, like crossing from side to side.
Like yeah, like crossing from side to side, left to right.
Juggling.
Yeah. I think that's probably why it's like people love to watch juggling and why it's been around for so long. just because it's like right to left, and also like
Right,
really
left, right,
cool.
left. And it's like controlling that like, that like trade-off, that trade between the two
Yeah.
sides.
So I think that might be kind of the idea that they're going for with these dual sense, dual shot controllers, because to kind of play into like both sides, because like sometimes like if you're in something, the controller's vibrating, like you don't even know that it's vibrating. You're just like, oh my god, like this is intense.
No, yeah, for sure. The God of War is a great example of that.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really played too much of them, but I played the beta, and I was just like, oh my, I like set it down on something else. I set the controller down, and it was just vibrating. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even realize it. I was just, and like I was all like, my shoulders were all tense.
Yeah,
I
God of
do.
War is one of those games where, I played it, I beat it on the normal difficulty, and then I restarted and try to beat it on the God of War difficulty. Which if you die, you basically have to start over again.
Oh,
And
dang.
and yeah, it was quite the challenge. But
How far
the
did you
rem-
get?
I didn't get very far on the God of War. I couldn't get past like the first like opening scenes. It was crazy. It was really intense. I don't know how people do it. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just like repetition, knowing where the enemies are coming out. But
No, yeah, just knowing ahead of time what's gonna happen before it happens.
I wonder if people speed run the God of War on God of War difficulty.
Oh yeah. There's there's got to be some
Yeah.
guy somewhere who's speed running God of War on God of War.
Oh, that's
Shouts out to that guy. We gotta shout him out. He's somewhere,
if we ever
someplace.
find you, we'll throw you up. We'll throw your name on there. Oh man. I heard that people were speed running Wii Golf.
What?
I guess I guess there's like a strategy to it. I guess so. Like if you're not familiar with speed running, it's where um, people go in and they try to like beat a game as fast as they can and like get the best time, and then it's recorded, and then there are people that like actively try and like beat the best time, and they like make a career out of it. Like they're like whole like streaming platforms, and like whatever they do is based on speed running and how to get the fastest and how to do this and do that. And it can be kind of crazy, like how you would think to like you can like cut the times. And I guess with Wii Golf, the from what I from what I hear about it, I actually don't know that much about it, but I guess the best way to speed run it is to do bad, because if you do good, it shows instant replays.
Ah,
So, which also we didn't. I don't think we really talked about Wii Sports too much in that last sports episode. So Wii
no, we
Sports, baby.
didn't. Wii Sports, that was a gem, man. I love the tennis. The tennis went really hard. I was wondering when are they gonna bring back, Switch Sports or something similar.
Yeah, when I heard that the Switch was had a little bit of motion control, I was like, why didn't they? They should have put like a little bit more and made it like the Wii. You know, oh man, that'd be so cool. And like I feel like the Wii is pretty easy to jailbreak too.
No, definitely now, especially because it's so unsupported.
Yeah. Oh man, the Wii, so much fun with those. I like the nunchucks. I mean, like I kind of did and I kind of didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was tennis your favorite Wii sport then?
Baseball.
Baseball. Oh man, the baseball was fun. I feel like that's like the for me, like whenever me and my family would play that one, we would always make fun of each other because like the Wii's just their bodies are just like so like the Mii's, they're just so clunky
Yeah.
that when they'd swing, like and we like all made our own, so like we'd always just make fun of how the bodies moved.
Yeah. They are funny. They are really funny. I love the faces.
You can do so much with them. I everybody has like everybody has some that they like put like the big bushy eyebrows on, like made them bald and
Yeah.
just customize all of them. That's so fun.
Like just weird me's.
Yeah, like named it Grandma or something.
That's funny.
And we've covered a lot of consoles today, actually.
We have a very wide breadth of consoles. New next gen, current gen, past gen.
What console did you start on?
It's a good question. You're really taking me back here, Blake.
I know.
Uh,
Asking the
I would
tough questions. That's what this podcast is all about, really.
I I would have to say I started on a Game Boy Color.
Oh, nice. I'm also a Game Boy for mine first as well. I was an SP, so must have gotten
Okay.
it a little bit later. What was your first game? Do you remember?
It was Pokemon Emerald.
Oh, that's a good one. That's cool. Which
Awesome.
was your starter Pokemon? Which one did you pick?
S- Mudkip.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I generally lean towards getting the grass one.
Always Trico.
Not yeah, that one's Trico. I definitely did that one. I did Sapphire. Um, and I think when I played like the oh gosh, what was it like Pokemon Platinum? I think I did the grass there too.
Platinum. That's the Sinnoh region. So that was my boy.
It starts with a
I
G. He's got the shell. Oh, I can't
I
remember
have I
either.
have his name. He has like the green. His last evolution. He has like a tree on his back.
Yeah. That thing was sick.
Tortoise something.
Yeah. Oh man, that was fun.
Turtwig.
Yeah, that's the one. And then there was the monkey.
Infernape. And
Hmm.
Chimchar.
Yeah, yep. Oh man, you know the names. I always give mine the nickname, so I can never remember the.
I don't nickname. I like to remember like every Pokemon's name because I like to fill out the Pokedex.
Have
So
you
I
ever
can.
filled out a whole Pokédex?
I have not. No,
No.
I've never filled out a whole one, and I want to. I've met people that have, and I admire you so much.
It's
You
so
filled
much
out a
fun.
Pokedex. You're awesome. You finish what you start.
Yeah. I have so much admiration. I couldn't do it. I mean, maybe I will someday. I'll
Yeah,
give it a
don't say those words.
yeah,
Just
don't
maybe
you can't say never.
when
Never
you get
break
this
that
new
much.
Pokemon, you'll probably be inclined because I don't think they're gonna make a new Pokemon for a while.
Yeah, I kind of heard that. Don't spoil it too much for me here, because I'm 100% I'm getting it now. But I hear that the way that you like approach Pokemon in the wild is way different
Yeah,
with the old
it
one.
is.
Is that true?
Yeah, you can see them.
No shit. That is cool.
You can see them, and they don't see you. And you can actually be like, "Oh, I don't want to see you. Let me go over there."
Oh gosh, that really adds a lot to it.
Yeah, it's funny when you see like an onyx just like crawling, a huge onyx
Are
just
they like
crawling
this size
home.
too?
Yeah, they are.
Oh
They're
my
like
god.
relative to the screen. It's really funny.
Oh man, I'm excited, man.
Man, you're making me want to open that game back up and just play some Pokemon.
You should, man. I've been playing some Pokemon Pearl, which is the newest one that I have right now. And yeah, just like so this was my sister's DS. I like an idiot sold all my stuff. But so I ended up she let me have hers, and I've been playing that. I think I mentioned that in the first episode why I was playing it, but yeah, that's been kind of relaxing. Like, and I think that's kind of why I was like, you know what, I should get a Switch, because just like having like a relaxing gaming experience instead of like a like in your face like
Adrenaline inducing.
yeah, I think that that's kind of might be more of what I need. And normally I really like the adrenaline inducing. Like I like to feel things, and I like to have an intense story, and I like the action. Like I know there's like sometimes like I know it doesn't mean as much if like everything's like gory and stuff like that, but I think it's fun to play for me. So
No, definitely. It's definitely more than fun. It's exciting. It's like thrilling. It's easy to get lost in.
yeah, it really is.
Mortal Kombat. You're making me think about Mortal Kombat. It's a fun, one hell of a story.
Yeah, tell me.
Mortal Kombat, dude, it's like I can't even like tell you the story bar for bars. I don't even really remember it, but I remember playing the game. You just like you're playing as one character and you're walking around places, and all of a sudden you just have to fight somebody, and then
Oh,
you have to
that's
fight
like the
somebody
actual
else.
story.
Yeah,
It's
the
like I didn't even
stories.
know I had a story mode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, it has a story mode where it's like it brings you into this world where there's like this, something. Yeah, there's a whole plot, and it's good. It's good. Any Mortal Kombat game has a good story, always.
I think that's kind of funny. I think that like genre that like 1v1 that like because that's like a whole what's that genre called?
Fighters.
Fighters. My parents never let me play those. They would just not. They were not having it.
Yeah,
My
they're
parents were big
aggressive.
believers that video games would rot your brain, and look at me now. They were right. So. um,
Parents are always right, unfortunately.
they are. Yeah. So I think the probably the fighter that I've spent the most time with has probably been um, Super Smash Bros. And we got one for the Wii when my sister got a little bit older, and we had it at the frat house. I think we must have had a Switch. Oh wow, my frat house had a Switch. How did I not get more into it then? I'll never know, man. Yeah, we definitely did that. We did that for like rush events. We do Super Smash Bros. And we had like I think we had how many people can you add and have in um like a local Smash Bros? Do you know?
On the Switch, you can have 8, but on um like the Wii, it's 4. Typically, it's 4. The
Yeah,
most
I
that they
think
could
the
support.
yeah I think we definitely had 8 because it was because we had like we had like 6 7 couches in our theater room and yeah, they'd all be filled and like normally like the first 2 rows people would like switch back and forth with the controller. So yeah, it had to have been 8. Wow, that's cool. I mean, like yeah, I probably played it more there than anywhere else. Just like come visit some of the bros in the house and play some Smash. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't get more into it. I must have been focused on other things like schoolwork. Must have been that.
Must have been in school.
If you were me and you were getting a new Switch, would you get the cards or would you buy them from the store?
I would get the cards
Why is that?
because in case you ever decide to get a Switch Lite, or let's say something happens to your Switch, um, you have them. That's one, and two, I have gone the digital route and have regretted it because I find myself having to get these really large SD cards, and that's kind of a paradox because SD cards can't be large, but like large and like data size and storage, to make up for like all the games that I've fucking installed on the hard drive.
Yeah, so it doesn't have a huge hard or it doesn't have a huge like internal. Is it
Internal storage, right? And it can't because
very
it's a
small?
Switch.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually gonna I was thinking about going digital, but I think you just convinced me not to now. So that also brings me to the next point. Are you gonna go digital or are you gonna get the ones with the discs for the next gen for PlayStation, Xbox?
From now on, and I hear there's going to be a Switch Pro. Um, I think I'm gonna go discs
Hmm.
because I'm also the type of gamer who unfortunately I will like pick up a title and then play it for like a week and not play it again. So I feel like if I were to buy like physical, it would make me more inclined to actually, you know, use them and yeah, play
Yeah,
them.
I'm the same way. I also like. I wanted to ask you which console you're getting next gen too, but because of what I'm going to say next, I guess spoilers. I'm gonna get the PlayStation.
Ooh, that threw me
I'm
off. I really thought you were gonna go for the Xbox.
I do
Just
too, man. I've been Xbox the last two consoles, and there's a backlog of PlayStation exclusives that I'm like itching to play.
name some right
I
now.
want to know what Horizon Zero Dawn's about, man. I want to know what Last of Us Part Two is. I don't know if I'll be able to play the first Last of Us um, on the Xbox Five, or I'm sorry, the PlayStation Five, because was that came out at the end of the last gen, didn't it? Or
PS4,
well, PS, did it come out at the end of PS3 or beginning of PS4?
beginning of PS4, I'm fairly certain.
So then I would be able to get that. So the main reason that I'm going to get the Xbox 5 is so I can get backwards compatible Xbox 4 games. And I know a lot of people are like, why would you get the Xbox 5 other than like because of the hardware?
Dude.
Because there's like no, hardly any games coming out like right away for it. Like it's not really very clear a lot of the release dates and stuff. But because I've been Xbox for two gens, I want to play some PlayStation stuff.
Definitely. That makes a lot of sense. And I recently, as a person who recently came from like Xbox to PlayStation, I think I'm gonna stay on the PlayStation vibe. There's something about it that I just appreciate more, and I feel I don't know
Yeah,
more at home with.
I think it's kind of more of the like I think it's like kind of more like games for gamers kind of thing. Like if you like those big like because like it doesn't matter which console you're gonna get. Like you're gonna be able to get the next Fortnite or like the next like big multiplayer. Like you're gonna be able to get that on both of them because like that's just the nature of those beasts. Like they need more players. Like the more players they have, they're not going to discriminate. Um,
All right.
and like they have a lot of exclusives. And I think like the Switch just got so big that I think they're also trying to compete with the Switch a little bit, which is why they're having like Ratchet and Clank and more like family friendly type games. Um, yeah, I think I honestly I think I might at some point get the new Xbox or like the Xbox Series S. I might at some point, but like it right away they kind of already said that like if you want to play an Xbox game, you can still play it on your one. And yeah, it's gonna be slower. Like you're not gonna have as good graphics. Um, and like some of them, you like it might be tough to play. It might be really tough to play. Like right now, like as it stands, my fan like pretty much any game I load, my fan's going full max.
No, seriously, I find that the performance of both consoles over time really depletes, and you can hear it.
Do you think that's just because the consoles are getting old? Do you think it's because the games that are like designed for like the capacity of the hardware, or do you think it's just like a combination of both?
I think it's just physics. It's just like the technology over time is not. I don't think these consoles are designed to last more than a decade. Um,
No,
so
it's definitely getting old for sure.
yeah, it's just a matter of them getting old and whatnot.
What do you think? What do you think of how they look? What are you thinking about like how the
The new consoles look.
yeah.
They look very intriguing to say the least. I would start with the Xbox Series X, that nice little cube. It's giving me PC vibes, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I don't like that Microsoft is like going that way with the consoles because it's now it's like you're making consoles like towers, and it's like kind of like a PC tower in a bit.
well, yeah, I actually kind of disagree. I kind of think that like I said earlier, I think that like my kind of like what I see the future is everybody is the same console. Um, which I mean, like I guess that if everybody was PC, it wouldn't be that because everybody would be limited in their resources and how much they could build and how much they could put into a PC.
No, yeah.
Um, I think I've always liked the way the Xboxes look a little bit better. I think it looks so minimalistic. Like, I don't know, with the PlayStation one, that thing just looks so crazy. I'm probably just gonna put it behind my TV.
No, yeah, they definitely try to do too much. Like the designers, it looks like they put Kanye on the PS5, and they're like, "Here, design it."
I actually, that's like so many people were critical about how it looks, and I guess they came out and said they were like, it has nothing to do with how it looks. It's all for airflow for the fan. I
Oh,
guess the
really? I feel like
PS5.
that may be a bit of cap, but all right. I,
Yeah,
d- I don't know.
everybody, everybody hated it.
It's like, yeah, we just care about performance. Yeah, okay, Sony.
That's a good point. Oh, that's funny.
I
Yeah,
believe it if it's coming from like a Microsoft, but Sony, I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. Like one thing about like Microsoft, I feel like they should be like the leader. I feel like there's no way or like there's I feel like there's no reason. I feel like the Xbox is kind of the runner up now. Like I don't think many people are gonna bite for it. Like, I mean, like if you're like a hardcore Xbox fan, you're gonna bite for it. But I just feel like a lot of people are gonna go the PlayStation route, and I think that's fine. I think the Xbox is kind of like they're like we're here for the future, and the future is more inclusive. That's why we have a cheaper box, and why like if you're looking to get into it, like now's a great time because you can get an Xbox One and get Game Pass, um, for like half the cost of the PlayStation 5.
Right.
And I think that that's really cool what they're doing, and that's really cool that they're trying to say like, hey, like this because it is an expensive hobby. Like, let's make it more inclusive because like the message and the medium can be so powerful. I think that's really awesome what they're doing. That being said, I got a little cheddar in my pocket. I'm gonna go PlayStation. I don't have much cheddar. I got like a single slice, but
A single slice.
it's maybe a little bit of shredded. Um, but yeah, it's enough to where I want a little bit more of an elite gaming experience, and I
No,
think
yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
go with the PlayStation 5 for sure.
and and I think you're gonna love the change of scenery. It's
I, you know, I do too, and like even still, man, like I'm throwing on like this is also because of like where I was like a couple years ago. Like when I was in college, like I didn't have a bunch of time to play games, so like I only bought the new games that I was like really really into and like really interested in, and like I would go to the used game store and just pick up whatever it was cheap, like oh like $5, like I can throw that at a game. Like one of my little would always say, yeah, if you're gonna spend $5 on a used game, you gotta play it 5 hours, and that was kind of like our thing. Like we would kind of that's kind of how we would do it, and I really liked that. But I also like just seeing like even with this gen, like seeing other people play some games that other people like some of my friends are into. I'm like these graphics are just amazing, and I feel like I've just because like I got into this gen a little bit late. I feel like I've been playing and like just more older stuff, and I wanna play some new stuff, man. I want to be blown away, and
yeah,
I think that if if that's what I want, I think the PlayStation 5 is the way to go for me.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm doing disc.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get my hands on that this holiday season.
Yeah,
What is that looking like for you? Trying to like get your hands on it. Have you reserved a PlayStation?
have you?
Nope. I've not. I've looked on the website. It's
Come
all
on.
out of stock.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like they're gonna ramp up the production and be able to
yeah. I mean, it's one of
satisfy.
those things where it's like I'm not gonna if I can't get my hands on one, I'm not gonna be butthurt. Like,
Yeah,
because I'm gonna be getting a Switch.
that is true. You're gonna be all this whole holiday season. You're gonna be switching it up, and you're gonna be loving it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Oh man, see, like this is like classic me, man. I'm literally how far into the Switch's lifespan is this? Like, it's gotta be coming close to the end. I mean, maybe. What do you
No,
think?
I don't think so because they're just about to like drop the Pro or like
Yeah.
a better Switch. Just basically another drop. And
That's why I was thinking. I was almost like second guessing. That's why I was second guessing getting the Switch because I hear some rumors around the old interweb that they're going to
yeah,
be dropping a pro version like right after the holiday.
even if they drop, sorry for my voice drop.
You're good.
Even if they drop like a pro version, I think that it's gonna come with like a bunch of quirks and whatnot because it's gonna be pretty new. It's gonna be I think it'd be for the best to have Old Faithful and a regular Switch.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm still doing it, man. I'm still doing it. Um, but I'm not gonna be like upset, just like the state of the world and everything. Like you gotta like if you gotta realize we're coming from a place of privilege where we're talking about which new console we're gonna get, and just like I don't know, just like for me to have that perspective, I'm like like I can't be mad if I don't if I can't get my hands on one, I'm not gonna flip. Like it
Right.
doesn't mean that. I mean, like obviously, like gaming means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to you too. But I'm not gonna. I mean, my game plan, I guess, is the midnight.
Midnight release.
I'm trying. I might actually like instead of going like through PlayStation and Sony, I might try to go through like a third party like Best Buy or like Walmart or something like that.
No, definitely.
And
I
I'm
think I'm
sure,
gonna do the same.
yeah. And I don't think that I don't. I've never got a console at release, so I don't even know if like they even do like I don't need and COVID too. I don't know if they're gonna have like a huge stock of them in like a store or anything. Like I think that you kind of just gotta do it online, right? I mean, is that how you're gonna do it?
I'm gonna try and get it through a local retailer near me. There's this like very local retailer called GameStar,
Yeah.
and they've survived all this time.
Do they
Um,
sell like used games and stuff?
yeah, and like
Oh, dude.
cell phones and stuff. It's kind of like one of those businesses,
Oh yeah.
and they kind of yeah. Let me stop speaking here before I expose the spot. Um, but yeah, GameStar is where I'm gonna try and like
Dude, I
work through
might
that.
if you're down, I might try and do that with you because if they got like I don't know, that might be a fun thing to go and do because I've never got one at launch. That might be fun to try and both
Figure
go.
out. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be nice, dude.
And then if GameStar is as good as you say, they'll have some PlayStation 4 games I could probably grab at the same time too.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And yeah, that's the main reason for me why I think I'm gonna go disc. Um, well, actually, there's two main reasons I'm gonna go disc. The one reason I'm gonna go disc is because um, I think that it'll be cheaper to pick up like a used PS4 copy than to like get it from the PlayStation Store. And I think that so this is like so one of my buddies has the PlayStation 4, um, and one thing that like he would always say about he's like they just don't have enough USB ports. And
That's
like
so true.
the Xbox has like a lot of them. And then like I was looking at I don't know for certain how many USB ports the 5 has, but like it has like one like smack dab in the middle. I'm like that just looks so tacky. Like especially if you have to plug an external hard drive in there, like where's it gonna go? It's gonna be right in the front.
Yeah, that's true. But they put one in the back as well for you. They always put a couple in the back for you. I don't know. I would always suggest I buy one of those like anchor things where it's like
Oh yeah.
a USB port and you have like a bunch.
So I've never had one of those, but I think I'll probably yeah I'll
It's a good
probably
investment.
end up doing that. I actually recently just bought an Ethernet splitter, like one of those for like Ethernet, and I don't. It's weird. So like I have an Ethernet cord from my router to my room, and then I have a splitter, and I actually set it up yesterday. And I have one cord that goes to my Xbox and one cord that can go to my computer slash work computer. And I found out yesterday that if I had the Xbox on, it wouldn't do both at the same time. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't get like wired on my computer and my Xbox. Like so like right now, like I just like unplugged the one from my Xbox from the splitter, which I don't know if I like that. I feel like it should just go to both, but I guess I don't really. Is it different for USBs?
Um, no. Wait, in terms of like splitting a USB port, you're saying?
Right. So like yeah. So if I got like one of those like docks for the USB and I plugged it in, could I put two external hard drive? Like if I put like
Yeah,
one external hard drive and like that one ran out, and then I could put another one.
definitely.
Man, maybe I am getting old. Yeah, I'm getting old, Brandon. Asking you about USB ports.
Hey man, it's not getting old. It's just knowledge, it's information. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I feel like the splitter. I feel like it should go to both. But
Definitely. But what kind of splitter did you purchase? How much was it?
it's like $6.
That's why, dude. You can get like one of those like really good splitters that's like definitely there's a splitter out there that can handle sending the signal, both ways consistently.
Oh, is it like it's like this? Is that how it works? Like there's the splitter hardware?
I'm fairly certain that's how it works because
Hmm.
if a splitter is $6, fairly certain it's not going to be able to handle the load of like, s- you know, already taking that Ethernet and splitting it both ways and then managing the load consistently for the two.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess that's probably it. Because I had had another splitter before, and that thing wouldn't split two ways too. It would only work one at a time. And that thing was like $6 too. I'm
There's
yeah.
got to be splitters out there that can do it because that's a very serious need that some people might need. You might actually need to like keep two sources of internet
Yeah,
connected at once.
I'll look into it. Yeah, this is Blake and Brandon's IT corner. So thanks for coming on the our Geek Squad, learning about splitters and USB ports.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you wanna end this one up.